Hi, Christy here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what goes on at the life planning table between lifetimes. So the idea is that we, with other members of our soul group, are at a life planning table where we're figuring out what we're going to explore in the next lifetime. And I don't believe that we go in there masochistically like, I want to torture myself, I want to be in agony, I want this to be awful. I really just don't believe that. I also don't believe we select some of the specific ways in which we awaken, but that we sort of look at themes and ideas and concepts of what we're going to explore in the next lifetime with our compatriots, if you will, our soul group members, and then also there will be other people that sort of cross our paths in those lifetimes. When we're in the Akashic records, which again is a way of viewing your life from your soul's perspective, we often are asking about those themes. What am I looking at? What am I exploring? Is it commitment? Is it abundance? Is it trust? Is it, connection? What are the things that are really important for me in this lifetime? And how have I been exploring them? And when we have difficulties, particularly big difficulties, and I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating and repeating, the question always is, how is this good for me? And how is this good for me isn't like, oh, yippee yahoo, can't wait, this is the greatest. It's, how does this help us grow and evolve? How does this help us become more and more ourselves? How does it help us develop more love and compassion for ourselves and others? Remember, in Shin Jyutsu, the ancient healing art, safety energy lack 13 is so good for having no enemies, including ourselves. So how is this good for me? And if it just seems impossible that there's no way it could be good for us, we can then ask the question, which I've said before, how could this possibly be good for me? Which means we're probably missing something, right? There's some way, somehow, there's some benefit that we're getting from these challenges. And it's really easy for us to be hard on ourselves for what's gone on at the life planning table. Like, why did I take all this on? Okay, maybe next time you won't. Fingers crossed. But meantime, let's be kind to ourselves. Like, this is what we've taken on, and here we are. And what's the nicest, kindest, sweetest, most loving way we can treat ourselves in the face of these difficulties? Because we have these difficulties. We can either have them and be punishing ourselves about it, or we can be having them and being kind to ourselves about it. Which would you prefer? Obviously. What would you do for a friend? You wouldn't treat your friends this way. So anyway, it's all about love and compassion, which is so much about what the Akashic Records is about. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you think about being really overly ambitious, perhaps, at the life planning table. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the meantime, please go be brilliant.